Well, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucy and this is the Sewing Gardeners vlog. I hope you're all well. I just wanted to come on, and this is my second vlog. Apologise for the first one being completely filmed in portrait. Rookie error, no idea. I'm so used to doing everything on my phone in portrait mode, it didn't even cross my mind. I mean, quite obvious really, but so we're one up better today than we were last time. And I've had a few queries relating to the Sokin summer challenge that I will be running throughout May, and I just wanted to clear those up. And then I thought it would be good to discuss my sewing plans for the challenge. And I've got a couple of patterns here. I'm not going to run through them all because I did that last time, but because it was in portrait, you couldn't really see very well, so apologies, but I'm learning. I am learning. And then just general sewing plans for the rest of April. So yeah, hope you enjoy that. So firstly, I'll just go back to what I'm wearing. This is my entry to the Sew April Blouse challenge that is being run over on Instagram by the Cloth Edit and Sewn on the Time. This is, and I didn't actually get the pattern to show you, but this is the Fibre Mood Ermine blouse. I've made it once before. With Fibre Mood, you have to make sure you include the seam allowances, add them on when you cut the pattern out. Because I'd made it before, I'd already done that, so didn't have that tedious task. But I love the V detail on this here, and I made it in a viscose that has been in my stash for ages because I'm in the last sewer standing. I'm having to use my stash, so I can't buy anything, which is great, but also really annoying when people keep bringing out the most beautiful fabrics. So that's that. If I get time for April, I would like to, I think I'm going to use this. This is a cotton that I actually got from, bring it down so I don't forget, What Beck Sews de-stash ages ago now. But that, and I'm either going to make the NYX blouse, that version. I don't like the peplum version quite so much. It's not, peplums aren't really me. Or the Friday Pattern Company sagebrush top. So that's if I get time. Hopefully I will, to get that sewn up. So the Sokin Summer Challenge, I had a lady from Australia contact me, and she wanted to know whether it is open to international sewists. And I'd already given this a lot of consideration actually, because I was thinking I want this challenge to be really inclusive, hence why you can make a donation if you want to, but it's not a requirement. The garment possibilities are quite endless, really. And I wanted everybody to have the opportunity to enter. So the prizes, I think the way we're going to, we being me, is when people enter, if you are an international sewer, so not from the UK, if you are outside the UK, could you put that on your entry in the information in the section on Instagram, what you explain what you've made and how you've made it, and then I can enter you into the prize draw for any PDF patterns that I've got. So that's that. I was also asked whether you need to use fabric from your stash. I'm doing last sew standing, as I've already said. If you've got fabric in your stash that you want to use up, brilliant. If you don't, then that's equally fine. It doesn't matter. You can buy new fabric. That's not a requirement of the challenge. The main requirements for the challenge are to sew something that covers a large proportion of your skin, or with sun safety in mind. So a bucket hat has your head safety, keeping the sun off your head in mind, and a bag you would utilise to keep your sun cream in. So, but otherwise you could use maxi dresses. I've said this before, jumpsuits, co-ord sets. People have made which I quite fancy doing actually, I've made the Fran Pyjama bottoms, though the Fran Pyjamas by Closet Core. I've made the bottoms before, made 3 pairs for my daughters for Christmas, but I've not made the top, and I've seen quite a few people have done it as a co-ord set. So I can't fancy giving that a go. And actually, I've got this fabric here from Minerva that I got just before I did the last Sew Standing. And I've got nearly 4 meters of it, I think. And I thought, well, maybe I'll make that into the Fran pyjamas. And if I don't like it as an outfit, at least I've got a nice pair of silky pyjamas. It's a satin crepe. So yeah, satiny crepe. So it's got a shiny, but I mean the colours on it are great. Yeah, so I've got 4 meters of that. But if anybody's got any other further queries regarding the challenge, do reach out. You can message me on Instagram or write in the comments here. Totally fine. What else did I want to say about that? I think that's pretty much it. So it was international sewists can enter, but I would need to know. Otherwise, we've got some prizes that are actual physical prizes, so they wouldn't be able to be sent internationally. So the PDF bit is fine. You don't need to use fabric from your stash, and then I think that was the only other one. If I think of any more, I will write it in the comments. Oh yes, there was something else. So I had a request as to whether it needed to be a commercial pattern for the Sew Skim Summer Challenge or a self-drafted. As long as it abides by the rules, it can be either. Doesn't matter. You don't need to have a pattern. You can make your own. So I've given you one example of what I was thinking of making. The others are, as I said in my last vlog, I've made the skirt for the Saturday skirt set, not made the top. Quite fancy that. And I've got a couple of fabrics to choose from. I was thinking in this. So I use these labels as well. I got this in a Fabric Godmother Dream wardrobe box. It is the Kylie and the Machine. It's by Kylie and the Machine, and it is a label, a roll of labels. And it asks you what fibre your fabric is, what width it is, what length it is, where'd you get it from, whether you've pre-washed it, and any other notes. So I've been using that loads recently, and it's great. So this was a viscose that I got a few years back from Stitch and Ink Fabrics. It came in a subscription box. I can't remember. It came with a pattern. I can't remember for the life of me what pattern came with it. But I was thinking I might make the Saturday skirt set in that, or the saguaro set. And then the other fabrics I've got this one, which was in a Hey Sew Sister box a couple of years back. It's a cotton, nice cotton. And I've got nearly 3 meters of that one as well. And again, either one of those or the Nina Lee Carmel jumpsuit. I downloaded that pattern, gosh, when it first came out. And I've never printed it off. So do need to make that. And then the other fabric that I've got pulled out to show you, which would also be a jumpsuit, is this one. Again, I got it from Stitch and Ink Fabrics a few years ago. It's quite nice. It's got animal print within the leaves with a black background. It's got green in it as well. Look, quite a lot of dark green and a hint of pink. Again, I was thinking the Friday Pattern Company Avenir jumpsuit for that. Again, another pattern that I ordered quite a while ago. Again, not printed. So they were my plans for the challenge. But do let me know what you're thinking of sewing. That would be great to hear. Oh yes, the other thing about the challenge, you can post any time throughout May. You don't need to wait till the end of May to post it. A couple of reasons for that. One, it will make it easier for me to log any entries. but also, well, basically that's it. It makes it easier for me, if I'm brutally honest. My birthday's at the beginning of June and it's always a busy time, so it would just be a bit of a nightmare if I had to sift through all of them then. But equally, if a lot of entries get placed at the end of the month, I've made allowances to go through it. So that's that. And then sewing plans for the rest of April is the blouse. 1 or 2. If I can get 2 done, I will. But let's be real. What's the date today? The 22nd. Running out of time. And I'm back at work now. So time is limited. But I want to finish, and I posted a quick video of me quilting my folk sampler quilt, which I finished earlier this year, which is a quilt by designed by John from the Art East Quilting Company. I was tipped off by Adam Sews about these amazing patterns that he creates. If you have never done machine piecing before, I highly recommend his patterns. They're great. The instructions are really detailed. Actually, let me see if I can find. Okay, I found them. They were hidden. I've tidied up and buried them basically. So I'll just find. So this is the mouse block, like that. But down the side, it tells you all the pieces that you need for your background fabric, and then your feature fabric here. It tells you the size of fabric that you need to cut out the pieces, and then it gives you really good detailed instructions on how to piece it together, and it's all done on the machine. I finished an EPP quilt last year that my mum had started in the 70s, and it was all hand sewn. I don't think I'll ever hand sew a quilt ever again. So that quilt was in the making for 5 decades. But I mean, this quilt, if I can find some of the pieces, just drop that. That's the main star in the centre. I will put a picture up of the quilt as well. It's a nice tulip in there. But this was the folk sampler. There is another one that he's doing this year, which is called the barn sampler. I'll be honest, I am behind on that. I haven't started it, and I've printed off a couple of pieces, but I don't know where they are. Anyway, my plan. So yesterday I took my machine downstairs so I could use a dining room table, and I quilted it doing a meandering wavy line on the machine. So now I just need to bind the edges of that. I can't decide if I want to bind the quilt in a solid colour or multicoloured strips from varying fat quarters, because I used all fat quarters for this quilt. Again, all fabric came from my stash, the backing fabric and everything. So yeah, it's working out what fabric I have to have enough binding, if I'm going to do it all in one, or whether I piece together other bits. And I think that was all I was going to share with you today. So, oh no, there is one thing. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's reached out and have commented on my previous vlog, and from me sharing my experiences. So I just want to say thank you. That's all I can say, really. But yeah, if you enjoyed my ramble, then please subscribe. There will be more, and I will see you all soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye.